for fighters. That's right, it is the Logan Summit Show. I am, of course, Logan Summit. Yeah, your full host with the mustache. A lot of my power is derived right from this area of my face. Don't look too far down. But Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with. I'm just saying. Look, we've got a lot to get to today. We've got a really great fighter to chat with. They're in the gym. You can already see. Hey, tell those people the round's over. Round's over. Take a break already. All right, let's get started with the Logan Summit Show. Of course, brought to you by Newer. Visit Newer.com. Use code Logan to save yourself 20% off a pro gear at amateur pricing. If you're a pro creator, amateur creator, it doesn't matter what type of creator you are. Go to Newer.com. You'll be able to find a link to that in the description of this video. All right, the next guest on the Logan Summit Show is a boxer. He is currently an amateur with a 5-0 record. He hails from Indiana. He's a super lightweight, two-time national champ, a USA Boxing 2025 Youth Men's High Performance Team announcement. He's on the team. He made the team. He's going. He'll also be part of the National Junior Olympics, and he'll be rocking out with Team USA. Oh, we're going to talk to him about that and so much more. It is Lavant Brownlee. How you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am fantastic. Now, do you have a nickname? A lot of fighters have nicknames. Do you have one?
Nah, I don't really call myself this, but my coach called me the Southpaw Assassin.
The Southpaw Assassin. I like that. Now, we like to give out fighters nicknames around here. I'm going to try one out for you, okay? Let me know how you feel about it, all right? Here you go.
Okay.
This is my new nickname for Lavant. Let's see if he likes it. All right. Lavant Bruce Brownlee.
I don't know. I got to keep hearing that. I don't know how I feel about that one yet.
Yeah, no, I get it. I was, obviously you're a boxer and not a mixed martial artist. It might fit better if you're doing a little bit of karate or something like that, maybe some Jeet Kune Do. But now that I got you here, man, you're 5-0 as an amateur, but you have a lot of experience and a lot of big experience. How has being... Oh.
I have over 40 fights. That's just my box rec.
Yes, no, I got you. I got you. Currently 5-0 though, and you're on a 5-win streak. That's what we're talking about. Because that's what the boxing world is talking about. They don't have. Go ahead.
I think I'm on a 9 or 10 fight winning streak.
Well, that's not what your information says. You might want to talk to tap.com and boxrec.com. You might want to talk to those websites because that's not the information that they give us.
Okay, you got it. I got you.
So I mean, keep correcting me when I'm wrong. So you're not on a 5-win streak. You're on a what?
9 or 10 fight streak. I won the national JLs last year.
Yeah, I know.
The Summerfest. I haven't lost since.
You fought 4 fights in one day. I know.
I haven't lost since.
And you haven't lost since. Yeah, and you won 1 fight before that, which is what brought you to the 5-win streak. But neither here nor there. Look, a lot of amateurs have tons of fights. I get that. Do you feel like you're more prepared than your competition because of the national championships and some of the other stuff that you're doing, like this men's high performance team?
Yeah, I think most of it is the work that I put in the gym. Obviously, I spend more time in the gym than anything, so that accounts for the progression that I'm continuing to make, I think.
Okay. So when you get in the ring, and you're going to the National Junior Championship and you have to fight 4 times in one day, that's like an old UFC match. I mean, granted, you're only probably doing 3 rounds because it's amateur, but, that's a lot of fighting in one day, especially with different competitors. How do you deal with the multifaceted boxing that you have to show up and show out with?
Actually, it's across 1 week. So they do the fights every day of the week. But, I've been doing it for some time now, so I'm pretty much used to
all
it.
of my information is just dog today, huh? Because they have it all on one day. If you go on the website to look up your information, it says that you fought all in one day to win one of your national championships, the last one in 2024. It says December 24th. You fought 4 times in one day. Is that a fallacy?
Yeah, I fought 4 times in the week.
Okay. Well, then it's not that impressive. All right. So you're saying that even though they're saying that you only have a five fights as an amateur, you're saying you have over 40 fights as an amateur?
Yes, I have over 40 fights.
Okay. Well, you know what? You need to get your coaches on that because that information is not available on the internet. And I do my research. All right. So on May 31st is your next fight. Who are you fighting? Where are you fighting? And who are you fighting for?
The guy that I'm fighting, his name is Oscar Rubalcaba out of Texas, and I'll be fighting in Houston, Texas, May 31st.
All right. And do you know where you're fighting besides Houston? Do you know the arena or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay, fair enough. You just show up and put the gloves on. I get it. Now,
Yeah, none of my
Oscar, what do you
business.
know? What do you know about his career and where he's coming from? What deficiencies in his game are you going to be able to exploit?
I know that he's a competitor at the Nationals. He's been to Nationals multiple times. He's medaled in Junior Olympics and JOs and things like that. And I know that he's a very tough fighter. He's very good. And I know I'm gonna have to show my skills when I come in.
All right, all right. And what's your top skill? What would you say is the biggest part of your game when you get out there?
I think I could do it all. I think I could do everything. But I think my favorite thing about myself is I got a good jab. I'm fast, and yeah, I can adapt. That's my main thing. I can adapt to anybody I'm fighting. So whatever I need to do, I'll be able to do it.
Well, the jab is the window to the soul in fighting. It is the punch that sets up everything else. Whether you're a boxer, an MMA combatant, or just in general a combat fighter, you need the jab. It speaks to everyone. Now, how have you dealt with the anxiety and emotions as a young man going up and going into Junior Olympics and some of these upper echelon amateur bouts that you had? How have you dealt with the nerves?
Uh, to me, I know that I just try to trust in myself and in God. So I know that whatever I've done and all the work that I put in and my faith in God, I know that if I just put all those things together and focus on those things alone, the I'll be fine. I'll be able
Do
to
you
do
have,
whatever I come to do.
well, yeah, definitely. Do you have any trepidations about going to this Oscars hometown and fighting them there? I know a lot of fighters have really bad experiences when they travel to other fighters' hometowns. Well, only if they leave it in the judge's hands. And I'm assuming that you will want to not do that. But in your last 5 fights, you only have 1 KO, so it's not like you're out there knocking people out left and right. Is that the game plan, to not leave it in the judge's hands so you don't have to deal with the hometown judges?
That's always the game plan, but if I feel like if I do my job well and don't make it close at all, and I just go out there and handle my business, that won't be a problem. I think.
Yeah, you know, it's just funny because it's become as I do. I've only been on Millions.co for a week now. You are our 15th or 16th interview in 1 week, and a lot of fighters have talked about having trouble they want to fight anywhere, anytime, and be that type of journeyman fighter that's willing to go out there and at the drop of a dime fight somebody and make a name for themselves that way. However, they feel like a lot of the time when they put themselves in that position, they're doing themselves a disfavor because they're going into these fighters' territories, and if it's left into the judge's hands, you're just not going to get a fair shake. Do you
Yeah.
feel like that?
Um. Honestly, I don't think so. I think that I know that it does happen because I know obviously because they're telling you, but it definitely happens. But I think that if I just go and I make it my fight, and there's no other thing that they can say, then that shouldn't be a problem.
All right. Well, like Dana White always says, never leave it in the judge's hands because you just don't know what the they're gonna do. As an amateur, run me through your day. You wake up in the morning. What time? What do you do? I want to know what an amateur boxer going, moving towards the pro side of the equation, what your day looks like and what you try to accomplish each day.
For me, I still go to school, so I wake
Good
up.
for you.
School for me starts at around 7:20. I wake up 4 or 5 in the morning. I get a run in, 3 to 5 miles. I come back in. I eat. I may do like
Okay, time out.
sit
Stop right there. What do you eat? Let's give me the breakfast of champions, my friend.
either eggs, bacon and eggs, or oatmeal, something of that nature, something like that.
Okay, now what were you doing when eggs were like $10 a pop? You got
And my
chickens out
parents,
back?
I go ahead and just eat the oatmeal then.
All right, fair enough. All right, what else you got going on?
Oatmeal, and then I may do a core exercise like crunches, sit ups,
Mm.
rollouts. I might do neck exercises, something of that nature. And then I go to school. I get back home from school. I eat. I go to the gym.
All right, no, hold on. Let's talk about the afternoon meal. What are you eating?
I ain't gonna lie,
Don't
whatever I
don't
can get
think
my
about it because your
hands on.
coaches are listening. Don't think about it because your coaches are listening. If you're gonna be like, yeah, so I may have a pack of M&Ms when I get home, right before I have a nice healthy bison steak and some broccoli.
Nah. I don't know. It's always something different. It's hard to
Okay,
say,
so
but
you don't have like I guess what I was trying to get at is, do you have like a set schedule of food that you eat, or for
nah.
for the most part you're young, so your metabolism is still rocking and rolling, man. You could literally eat whatever you want and not worry about it, but you still got to make weight. And I'm sure your coaches aren't like, oh yeah, go ahead, eat that whole sleeve of Oreo cookies, that's fine, right? I'm
No,
sure
no,
they're
no.
not saying that.
No. Normally, it's like if I cook at night, it'll probably be normally it's like something leftovers from what I cook. Like normally at night, I probably eat steak, not eggs, steak, chicken, fish around that little realm, tilapia stuff like that. And
Oh
then
yeah.
if I don't end up finishing it from the night before, I eat it before I go to the gym.
All right, there you go. All right, so now you've eaten, now you're going back to the gym. What do you do at night?
Go back to the gym and get home around 8. Once again, I might do like abs or something, or work on, or just like foreshadow what I did at the gym a little bit. Look at myself do it, and then I'll take a shower, go to sleep, and do it all over again.
I didn't hear you say homework anywhere in that equation, my friend. I didn't hear you say. Now, when you're on the treadmill, are you doing your assigned reading? What's going on there? When do you have time to get your work done?
I make sure I do that at school.
All right. Yeah, when you know what? Next time you don't have a homework assignment, just look at the teacher and be like, "Fighter ate my homework." See if
That's a
it
good
works.
idea, right?
You know what? Fighter ate my homework. I don't know what to do. You better come down there and get them under control. They are ridiculous out here. They'll eat anything that's not tied down. Oh man. All right. So what's been the most exciting and rewarding part of being as successful as an amateur boxer as you've been at such an early age?
um, Honestly, I just like boxing. So the exciting part is just being able to get in there and fight and show my skills, just better and continuing to improve at it. I have a go at going pro and going to the Olympics and things of that nature. But I'm just trying to go with the flow, do what I have to do, and hopefully I could be successful at it one day.
We had an interview with Hunter Lee. If you're not familiar with him, he's a wrestler, MMA fighter from Canada, our woodsy neighbors to the north, and he was actually a Olympic. He was actually Olympic. Uh,
Medalist.
no. All right, this is what happens when you get old. He wasn't on the team, but he was a
Alternate.
alternate. There we go. Boom.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, kids. Don't do that. Seriously, that's what college does to you, okay? I can't remember anything anymore. SMRT. Yeah, he was an alternate in Paris at 2024. Hunter Lee. You might want to check him out. Maybe he can give you some sound advice on what it takes to be a true Olympic competitor. Now, you're already doing the Junior Olympics, the National Junior Olympics. How have you done? You have done that before, correct?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say before I won the nationals in December. I won that tournament too this summer.
Oh, so there was a summer one and a December one. So you're just kicking the doors off the Junior Olympics there.
No, there's 3 national tournaments a year.
Okay, talk to me.
So in the summer, normally it's National Junior Olympics,
Okay.
right? And then in December it's National Championships, which is the most important one because that's how
Okay.
you qualify to get on to get invited to
Okay.
Colorado to compete for a spot for Team USA. And then normally it's another tournament. This year it was the International Open where they
Okay.
had fighters from other countries actually come to compete.
Oh, so that sounds like that was a new thing, right? They haven't done that in the past, have they?
No, I don't think they have.
Well, that's really cool. It's always good to see how the rest of the world is coming up as far as boxing is concerned. What would you say is the country besides the U.S. that has the fiercest boxing competitors?
I know Uzbekistan at the Olympics, they did very good. I think they had 5 gold medalists in boxing in
Yeah,
the
they
men's
did.
division.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did. Can't
a
pronounce
lot.
any of their names, but they did a really good job. All right.
Uzbekistan and Japan has some really good fighters too.
Yeah, Japan has been stepping up their game recently, huh?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of interesting, and I can understand boxing as the sweet science being something that Japanese combat sports fighters and the like would be interested in because it is a disciplined sport, and it is a sport of technique. As well, I mean, you can't just go out there. I mean, there's nothing funnier than watching those barroom style matches where they're just ah
yeah.
it's like Frankenstein having a bad day. I commentate USA boxing from time to time, and I've commentated a few of those. I've even
Yeah.
commentated boxing matches that turned into wrestling matches. Not good, by the way. When your opponent DDTs you and Jake the Snake Roberts is nowhere to be found because you're in a boxing ring in a boxing match, maybe understand that your opponent is not ready for a boxing match. Have you been in any situations where you overshadowed an opponent's skill level to such a place that you were just like, oh man, look at this. This isn't going to work out well for him.
Nah, I never did anything like that. Normally
Yeah,
my
but you
fights are
want
pretty.
to. What were you going to say?
No, my fights I have pretty good competitors. So I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, that's good because the better the competitor, the better you end up being at the end of that match. Whether win or lose, obviously you always want to win, and we're always looking forward, to that win, that victory. Having your hand held high. I'm sure you do visualization. I do visualization even as a commentator. And one of the things I always visualize is people telling me what a great job I did
Yeah.
at the end. Is all right, I've done the job, I was successful at it, and now I can take in the kudos and the accolades. I always like that side of it. All right, so
it's going to rain, but in the afternoon.
now, well, that's good. It's going to rain by you, so roll your windows up if the windows are down outside of the parking lot. Make sure your windows are all rolled up. All right, before we get to the last segment of the day, this is a segment where you can thank. This is your time. It's your time down here. It's their time up there. You can thank your sponsors, your mom, your dad. You can try to get sponsors that haven't noticed you that you want. We had a couple people call out for Thai food the other day. I'm not even joking. Actually, somebody called Dana out as well during this time. Basically, this is your time to set up your next few fights. Talk about your gym. Talk about your coaches. Talk about whatever you like. Your favorite video game, for all I care. This is your time.
Now, of course, I want to thank my mom. She helped me. She basically orchestrates everything, get me to and from, to get me where I need to do, where I need to be, and get me to do what I need to do. My coaches, you know, everybody who just helps me continue forward and doing something like this because it's not cheap and it's not easy at all for me or just trying to get me to get to where I need to be.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for the last week. It goes without saying that no fighter can do it alone. Ultimately, you are alone in the ring, but it takes a village to get you into that ring. And it takes a lot of great people behind you that are pushing you, willing to make sacrifices with you. That's the other thing that we don't talk about is, yeah, you've got your team and you've got your people, your mom pushing you, saying, hey, do this. But your mom has probably made sacrifices on so many different levels to make sure that you can progress and be the fighter that you can truly be. And that's just amazing because even sports like hockey, ice time is really difficult to get. So sometimes parents are bringing kids to practice at 3:00 in the morning, and I'm sure you've dealt with things like that where you got to get into the gym and your mom's got to get to work and you've got to get to school and then you've got to get back to the gym and your mom's got to get it's not easy to do, and I think that's why they make it so easy to turn pro. Is because you have to truly want it. You have to grind for it. It's not going to come easy. Hey, if you want to spend the money at 15, every 15-year-old out there can be a pro boxer. All you got to do is spend the money and pass the physical. Boom, you're a pro boxer. But does that make you a pro boxer? No!
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No! Right? What does it take to be a pro boxer in your eyes?
Obviously, a lot of people go pro when they shouldn't. I think it just takes dedication and discipline and perseverance. Because even in the amateurs, you're gonna go through some things,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have down times. You're gonna have times where you may not be able to get a fight. You're gonna have times where things might not go your way. You just got to be able to push through whatever you got going. I think that's what makes a pro boxer, to be honest.
Yeah, and you know what? A good 60 fights never hurt anybody either. I'm just saying. If you're an amateur, a good 60 fights never hurt anybody. All
Yeah,
right, dude. More the merrier. At the end of the day, the more
but
experience you
yeah,
have inside of the squared circle, the better off ultimately you will be. All right, brother. So you've got a fight coming up May 31st. You're going to be down in Houston, Texas. And hopefully we'll be able to watch that fight right here on millions.co. But have no fear, we're not out of here yet. It's time to play the game all the kids are talking about on the playgrounds and all the adults aren't talking about anywhere. It's time to play 5 questions. It's exactly what it sounds like, Lavant. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. It's literally 5 questions. I got your back. All right, before we get to that, 5 questions is brought to you by Newhouse. If you're sitting in a gaming chair, don't! For the love of God, don't sit in a gaming chair. Sit in a big boss chair like Rick Ross or Bill Gates. They don't sit in gaming chairs. They sit in Newhouse chairs. Go to newhouse.com. Use code Logan Radio Rocks to save yourself that money, that cashish. Trust me, everybody could use a little bit of savings right now. And they've got the best in office and home decor. Don't take my word for it. Your butt will thank you in the morning. Go to newhouse.com. You'll be able to find that link in the description of this video. All right, Lavant, you ready to play some 5 questions?
yes,
All
sir.
right, let's start off easy. Who is your favorite fighter of all time?
My favorite fighter is Tommy Hearns.
Oh, Tommy Hearns. All right, how so? Was that an uncle, a father? Who got you into Tommy Hearns?
I don't know. I seen him, and he's just like me. He's long, he's tall, and he hit hard. So I always like
Yeah,
fighters that hit hard and can put your lights out.
he
That's what
was
I try to
long and
be like.
tall, and he could hit hard. Yeah, you're not wrong on that. It's funny because I out of all the fighters, you couldn't have paid me to guess that one for you, to be quite honest with you. So I love to see it, and it's great you got to know your boxing history. There's so much great history. I mean, can you name me 2 fighters that hail from Brockton, Massachusetts?
No, I can't. No, I know somebody. I don't know if it's Brockton, but is Marvin Hagler from here?
Yeah, Marvelous Marvin Hagler is from Brockton, Massachusetts. Good job. And Rocky Marciano. All right,
I
both
really
now.
guess that.
Yeah, now you can with your coaches and your teammates, dude, because now you got a piece of information. Like Rocky Marciano, what's that? Like the 40s or something like that? Come on, man.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
40s.
yeah. Yeah, you got you can drop some knowledge hard on everybody now. Drop it hard. All right, let's keep going here. Now, here's an introspective question for you. How do you know when it's going to be time for you to turn pro?
think that I think once I've accomplished everything I've done in the amateur, I want to do in the amateurs. Trying for the Olympics, winning more national titles. Fight international, which I will be doing this summer. I think it'd be time.
So if you go to the Olympics, you're gonna wait. You're gonna have to wait. So you're gonna be an amateur for quite a little bit because you really want to. The Olympics is the major goal for your amateur. That's the pinnacle of your amateur career, right? Being able to be in the Olympics for the U.S.
Yep.
So we've got a long haul in front of us. It's going to be exciting, and I think that first step is this youth men's high performance team. I think that's going to be a great way to show off your skills to some of the best coaches and teams around, and also get your name out there, and also get to train with some different people from different walks of life that have the same skill set and mindset that you do. I think that's going to be seriously beneficial for you and your career. All right. Number 3 of the 5 questions. I don't know that much about Indiana. Who's the most famous person from Indiana?
Michael Jackson's from Gary, Indiana.
Oh, all right.
But
Well, yeah.
I'm actually from Louisville, Kentucky, where Muhammad Ali's from.
Oh, you're from Louisville. So Derby Town, that's bluegrass area. Have you ever been to a Kentucky Derby? Do you like the
I've
horses?
never been to the Derbies, but it's a big thing in Louisville, though.
Oh, yeah, of course it's a big thing. Those horses run the city. I think the horses can actually vote in Lexington. That's not true. That's fake news. But did you hear about the controversy that happened? So the horse that won the Derby just like last week has announced that they will not be racing in the Preakness. Well, I don't think the horse necessarily announced it, but the team announced it for the horse. Yeah, I mean, it's not Mr. Ed over there, but that's such a lame joke. Anyways, but yeah, there's no hope for a triple crown. So you don't have that going for you. But Michael Jackson's from Indiana. All right, that's solid. That's solid info. Prince was from Minnesota. The only thing I know about Minnesota is Prince was from there and the Mall of America. That's like it. So I guess now Indiana, Michael Jackson's from there, and you actually hail from Kentucky. So now I know. Now I know, and knowing's half the battle. Now, a lot of young fighters tell me that they battle through a focus issue that they would relate to tunnel vision inside of the ring. They're so focused in that that the peripheral closes in on you, and all you see is your opponent directly in front of you. Do you have that going on? How's your vision in the ring, and how relaxed are you able to get? Because the more relaxed you are, the better off you'll be because you won't be dumping all that adrenaline out.
Yeah. By the time I get in the ring, I'm not even nervous no more. I don't see nobody. The only thing I can see is my opponent, and I can hear my coach. Really, that's really it.
And now, so are you actively, you said earlier that you're able to adapt in the ring, and that's one of your best qualities. So you actively listen to your coaches and make those adjustments in real time?
Yeah. I can hear my coach, like everything he says while I'm in the corner. I can hear it.
All right. Well, that's good. It's good to have a coach that cuts through all of the riffraff and all the nonsense and is able to give you in-ring advice, and you're able to take it in real time. That's good stuff. All right. Question number 5 of 5 questions. Recently, in your last 5 fights, you do have 1 KO. You said you've got over 40 fights, so obviously there's been some KOs there. Talk to me about the first time that you threw a punch, you hit them on the button, and they dropped to the mat, and the first time you ever knocked somebody out. What was that feeling like?
Oh, it's actually kind of crazy because sometimes if you wouldn't even notice like that you threw the punch so hard or that it was going to have that effect. It doesn't feel like it's a hard punch. You just connect it and they go down. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, well, they say when you hit a home run, you don't feel the ball leave the bat.
That's exactly what it is.
Same type of analogy. Yeah. I feel that because when you hit the sweet spot, no matter whether it's on the chin or it's the bat and the ball, I think that's exactly what they mean by the sweet spot. It's just over before you knew it even happened. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So you will be fighting May 31st. Then you've got national championship stuff coming up with the Junior Olympics. You will be fighting with Team USA. That's going to be great stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you got up your sleeve. And you know what? I can't wait to see and cheer for you at the Olympics a few years from now. I'm really gonna be happy about that because it really seems like that's your focus and that is what your goal is. And I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that you'll be there because you've achieved all of the goals that I believe you've set out for yourself. Because really, very early in your career, besides the fact that I didn't know you had over 40 fights because they didn't put that on the internet, bad internet. You've achieved some really great things in a very early age. And so I want you to keep doing that. Keep your head focused. Keep your mind right. Keep your body awesome with the eggs and the oatmeal and the steak and all that good stuff. And we will talk to you soon when I'd like to talk to you before you go to Junior Olympics and talk to you about what that's going to look like for you. So I can learn more about the amateur game because even though I do USA boxing commentary, I never get to see any of these national tournaments. So
Yeah,
I should probably pay attention a little bit, right, Lavant?
for sure.
All right, man. Well, this was once again Lavant Brownlee! And they will be fighting May 31st. Hopefully you can catch it right here on millions.co. I am Logan Summit for The Logan Show, for the Lavant Brownlee and myself. Thank you for being here. We've got another interview in just a little bit, so sit tight. Fridays for Fighters, and we're going to have more. But before that, do me a favor. Be good to yourself and be kind to others. Pay it forward, play it forward. Rock like a party star, party like a rock star. Smile strong, laugh loud, and last but not least, please like, follow, and subscribe so you can keep up with all the fun, all the action, and all the great interviews. Because Lavant, you know what everybody likes? Everybody loves a good fight. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks for being here, Lavant.
All right, thank you.